I personally don't think anyone should settle. I'd never also think, oh, that woman's settling for me. Like, that's kind of a disservice to myself.
Once you hit 30, you hit a wall. Especially if you're the woman.
The wall is undefeated. If you want to be an uncle in your 50s, still hitting the club, picking the things.
It then gets me to think, why is 30 the milestone? And is that for everybody? For women and for men? Or just for women?
My name is Chyna, the Mandem's voice.
And I'm Dinalva, the troublemaker extraordinaire.
And welcome to season 2, When Venus Meets Mars. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about, should you settle at 30?
The danger zone.
So I'm going to get straight to it. On the left-hand side of me, we have...
My name is King, I'm the wicked boxer, and I'm here to cause problems.
Wow, that's an intro. My name is King, I'm the wicked boxer, and I'm here to cause problems.
I'm in trouble.
All right, say no more. And on the right-hand side, we have...
Yeah, my name's Ryan. I'm a film industry professional, and I'm here to, give a logical take to the whole thing, man.
I like that. Give a logical take.
They say that, but they're also dangerous. They say it's just logic. I'm on an all-male panel right now.
Dinalva, how do you feel?
Comfortable because I am 30 and I know I'm going to get a lot of smoke.
I mean, okay, we're going to get straight
You
into
guys
it.
better be nice. You're on my side. You better be nice to me. Stand up for me if need be, okay?
We'll see, man.
Right,
We'll see how you behave. Innit?
So, because obviously this is a conversation that is very important to have because today people say once you hit 30, you hit a wall, especially if you're the woman. I've been having these issues with the red pillars forever.
The wall is undefeated.
The wall is undefeated.
You guys.
The biological wall.
Okay, so fine. That then gets me to think, why is 30 the milestone? And is that for everybody? For women and for men? Or just for women? Why is that the milestone? So we're all above 30. So my question really is, why is 30 the milestone for settling in a relationship? And why are you guys talking about the wall?
Let's deal with the wall first, the biological wall. Do you wanna? Would you like to your definition of the wall? Because you said the wall is undefeated. You was the wall.
Yeah, the wall is undefeated.
So let's talk about the wall.
What does that mean?
So personally, I don't think the wall is like a specific age, but it's an age range, innit? Because biologically, we all know that women hit a certain age and then they lose like half of their eggs.
What age is that?
I think it's somewhere around that 30 range. I'm not sure the exact age, but I just think, and it varies depending on where you're from. There are women in Africa that have kids their first kids are 40, 50.
Yeah, fruitful. Yeah,
and in the same Africa, there are women that have problems conceiving. So I don't think it's necessarily a specific formula to it. But knowing that it's not a specific formula should make women even more cautious about it because you never know where you would fall. So taking a risk to delay childbirth just because you feel, well, some woman over there had her kid at 76, it might not apply to you. So generally, if you know this age range is like the danger zone, you should try to, because these days women are so good at planning their careers and doing all that. So how come they don't know how to put that same energy into factoring in having a family and kids?
But is that because women don't want to get into a relationship, or would it be because on the other side, men are also perhaps not ready for the relationships at that age? Because you want to look at your age mate.
Well, it depends because at the end of the day, there are so many different kinds of men in the world. So when you say men are not looking to settle down at that age, I disagree. I just feel like maybe the men that you might be looking at might not be.
You don't know nothing about the men I'm looking at. Ryan, save me, please. I already asked you to save me when people are saying things that are coming for me. I beg. What do you think is the wall?
I'm not coming at you, though.
You know what? I actually don't think he's coming for you, man.
Yeah,
you agree?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
No way.
Do you know what it is though? It depends, innit? Because some women don't want to have kids as well. People overlook that as well. But for me, if you want to have kids, and it's I think the 35 is the best. It's the latest. I think that's still considered late for if you know how many people are trying and trying and trying. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's the danger zone of that though, as well as if you settle for the wrong person, you're gonna bring kids into that disruptive kind of situation, and then obviously you're raising children with someone you're not compatible with or you don't get on with, and the child suffers as well. So when you look at that danger zone, there's a lot of factors within that that come towards it. Like I personally don't think anyone should settle. That's my personal opinion. I would never settle for a woman that's set like
Because of age.
Yeah, no, that never happened. But I'd never also I'd never also think, oh, that woman's settling for me. Like that's kind of a disservice to myself.
Yes,
you know what
yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
But like I don't want kids, as well. So that
Why?
Yeah. There's like loads of reasons in it, but I don't want
Headaches.
yeah, I don't really want to put them through this world, innit? This world's a bit mad.
Yeah, no, you got to
Keep it
explain,
real.
man.
I don't want.
It's scary to think about like
Yeah,
what
man.
he's going to encounter. Like,
Yeah, man. If I look, I'm gonna be real. If I had a daughter, I'd be ultra protective. Like I'd be more protective than a
That's
lot
not
of
a reason not to have
No,
a
no,
daughter.
no, it is though. Like, cause look, yeah.
Okay.
No, let me land with the
Go
thing
on.
now. Yeah, if I don't have no kids, I don't need to worry about them. When I'm here, I don't need to worry about them. I can't see what's going on outside right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't need to worry about them going to school. I don't need I've grown up in London. I don't need to worry about if I had a son, him getting shanked or whatnot.
Yeah, I see
You know,
what you mean.
I don't need that. I
But
don't-
but you might not need to worry about that depending on how you raise them, though.
No, you can't.
It's
You
still
can't avoid
scary.
it.
You will
can't
still
avoid
worry
it.
about
You
it,
can't
but
avoid
like
it,
the way
yeah.
not
Can't
to the,
avoid
I don't
it.
think to the point of you saying you don't want to have kids. I think that's
There's loads of
kind of
reasons in it,
extreme.
but like I'm
They're
kind of.
expensive, I guess.
They are. That is another big reason, Like
Basically, you like your life.
I love doing my thing.
Yeah.
Look, I'm here. Like
See the privilege of men. He can say this, then he can reach 40, 45, 50 and be like, actually, do you know what?
You can.
I would like to have
You
a
can.
baby. I've
You're
lived
not
my
wrong.
You can.
You can.
You're
So
not
the
wrong.
milestones are not the same for men and women, right?
You're not wrong. But I've had this for a long time, this opinion. But you aren't wrong. It is sad because obviously the woman has to bear the child, has to go for the whole 9 months. Has to worry about if there's enough eggs, all of that. So I hear it. But like for me, like that's my personal opinion. But I don't think anyone should settle because you should think about the kid you're going to bring into the world as well.
True.
You could be bringing someone, you could be with someone that's got, really bad genes, just a bad personality. They might
Yes.
not be ready to help you to raise this child. And, this is where I've genuinely mostly agreed with Chyna, like over time. Like I believe a man and a woman should be raising a child. Like it's so important. Like the child has all these underlying issues when they're not,
Yeah, there's
raised
a
by
lot of
both
things
parents.
missing.
Yeah, so for me, the short answer is I don't think they should settle based on it's not about the woman, but it's about the child that they're going to bring in this world. If that's
Yeah.
the part of the conversation
Think
we're going to
bigger.
float. Yeah, so it's like a bigger picture. But
That's
like,
true.
I would never I would never be with a woman that's settling for me as well. That that can't. Right?
You're
done
you're
that.
So
weak.
Dinalva, so for me,
Yeah.
so like,
Oh gosh.
no,
What's for you, China?
no, it's like
But wait, sorry. Thank you. That was very lovely. You made me feel better.
Yeah, no. Like, and end of the day,
Logical takes,
it
innit?
comes down to this. It depends what you want. If you want a child, it's quite easy for you to go out and then to get a child for a man to give you a child. There's lots of men that are out here that are loose with their seed that will happily lay down. with you.
Loose with
No,
their
it's true
seed.
though. Like they're not like there are a lot of men that if you want to, you see what I'm saying, to lay down with them, want to have the baby, you can go and have a baby. So I don't think that's necessarily the issue at hand. It comes down to that you're the type of woman that you want something, right? What do you want? You want marriage, right?
Yeah, I want things. I want seriousness.
Yeah, okay, so if you
I
want serious things, you have to be aligned for people that are serious. And if the market isn't that, then why should you? Then you might find yourself in your 30s not with.
Is that bad though?
I mean, it depends on what you want. What
do I do then?
No, wait. It comes down to what.
What do I do?
It comes down to what you want. I can't tell you what is bad. Depends on what you want. See, if you want a large family, and you want certain things, then you need to say to, and you want to be married, then you have to say to yourself, okay, am I doing the things in order to go and get that? If you don't want that, and you want to live I'm a boss woman. I'm doing content creation. I got my business. I got my work, and I'm flying.
Boss
Then
babe,
it doesn't
innit?
matter about what you do because you're not looking for the same things. But I think what happens is a lot of women lie to themselves or told that they don't want these things, but inherently they have these maternal instincts and they want these things. And if they do want these things, then they should move in a way to go and get those things. And listening to celebrities and people that have the means of money talking about freezing their eggs and talking about IVF, all of these things,
Scary stuff.
they don't guarantee any results. And on top of that, they also, it's cost lots of money and the average person can't afford that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
It's a dream.
Yeah. So, it robs women when people teach them that, you know, don't worry.
You don't need to settle, keep going.
Yeah, keep going, and you know, in your 30s, just pop up, and then the man will automatically pick you. It's lying to them because you know what I mean. So in that aspect, I'm like, yo, no, that robs women. But if you want to go and get your career and that's what you want, then that's fine. But you also have to understand that men and women have a different biological clock, right? Yeah. And that's just the way nature is, and it's not about feminism. It's the way you've been designed, right? Yeah. You need to get your things a lot sooner in order, and then that can also make women have a desperate, that bit of, you know,
pick me, I want it, baby.
There's no nice way to put it. You're
right. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So,
there's no nice way.
Okay, fine. You're left with things to think about. Your future husband, if you're there. Anyways, listen. So let's stop talking about me, okay? What's the milestone for men at 30? Is there even a thing? Does it matter for men?
So let's talk about.
What happens to you when you turn 30?
So men get better. So men start to get better. So here's the thing: men and women actually mature differently, and it's fine.
So what do you turn into when you're 30? What kind of creature do you become?
No, you're not a creature. No, you're still developing as a man.
So
but you know, I have a different opinion though on that. I actually think, in general, as a society, most men need to get married early.
Oh, finally somebody's saying something sweet like this. Why?
Because if you look at society in general, this is just like some random opinion anyways. It doesn't really matter. But if you look at society in general, you notice that we have a very large population of NPCs, as you would like to call it. So the reason why society is set up the way it is because there have to be rules and regulation, and there have to be systems to allow people to be the most productive they can be. Because if you leave human beings to their devices, they wouldn't do anything. So usually, marriage should be part of societal values because it drives towards family creation, it drives towards a better society and have more families. Yeah. So if we're saying that, why should men also be focusing on career when even the career we're talking about doesn't necessarily build the right values in men because they're chasing after something that is materialistic. So most times men would, that brings out a different side of men. It brings out the competitiveness, it brings out a lot of bad flaws. But marriage is something that could counterbalance that. So if a man is chasing something and he has a family he's looking after and catering for, that also serves as motivation.
But it's not for everyone though.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not for everyone, but it still, in my opinion, should be part of something that society should strive towards for the general population.
Different societies do though.
That's true.
Yeah, they push that. Yeah. Even where I'm from in Nigeria, it's like obviously now with the new age and social media, everything is all out of whack everywhere in the world. But typically, traditionally, as an African Nigerian man, you get to a certain age, you achieve milestones, you go to school, you get a job, you start a family. It's just normal.
100%. No, and I agree with you. I think, and this is but the issue, well, it's not an issue. Like, society is different over here. And men should be actually married by 25, ideally, with a woman, and they're building a family. Ideally, that would be great. But how is that supposed to happen if the women are not in the mindset to do that, or society is not pushing that? We're not. Other societies, they push that. They don't want you running around unmarried and for too long and the rest of it. No, like so. But it needs both. So I get what you're saying. I actually get what you're saying because in other parts of society and other parts of the world, that's not there. But it's where we currently are at now. Yeah. And it's another reason why women find themselves later and later not married. And the women that want to be married, it's hard for you because how many men really want to be married? Like, generally.
Okay, but...
True. Like, you're right. Oh my God, that hit my heart so strong.
No, but how
many men really want to be married? So the pool is tiny.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, if we're saying men are leaders in society, and this is why my opinion is a bit controversial. If we're saying men are leaders in society and men are meant to lead, I get when they keep saying women this and women that, but if they are followers, if men set the example, if we men start holding ourselves accountable and saying, you know what, we can't be moving crazy out here. I mean, obviously, men are still going to do their little things, but when it's a general like consensus that these are milestones we need to hit,
At a certain
people will
level.
fall short, obviously, but it's something that we're pushing as a culture. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
that everybody must do it. There will always be outliers. There will always be people that have their own vision for their lives.
But now you're trying to push marriage at 25. They're gonna hate that.
I mean,
Yeah, but then they'll
they,
marry
they
at
can hate it,
27.
but what solutions are we bringing?
No, that's way
Because
too early, man.
See?
Why is that
way
so
too
early?
early.
You're an
No, but
adult
you
at
see, but the
25.
problem is
Yeah.
you're saying that's
Nah.
way too early. But
I talked about
but
marriage
like I
at
said,
30.
it's
The
Yeah,
not-
I was talking
milestone
about
is
killing
now
people.
lower,
it's not
not
meant
30,
to be. It's not meant to
25.
be. It's not meant to be a law. You're not going to go to jail if you don't get
No,
married.
I hear what you're saying. You
But when
want
you
it as a
push
general
that
norm.
as like
I hear it.
a cultural expectation.
Yeah, cultural
But yeah,
expectation.
no, UK is a mix of different cultures, and we got social media culture now.
Yeah.
Whilst I think there's some positives from social media, and all of opinions have come in, there's also the negatives of it. Like I think women look a lot higher now. They think their potential partner might be this person when they're not offering anything in return. Like it's just again. There's lots of stigma attached to that, but like. I do think that with the social media, it's also brought out the good. Like, it's showing that you don't need to get married. If you don't want to get married, you don't need to get married. I also think that there's also women that can't physically have kids. So maybe they want to be career-based. Like, or maybe they're forced to be.
Yeah, but those are outliers, though.
No, I get it. Those are the grey areas. I know what you're trying to say, but like I still think it's good to have the option for it because like as a man, I'm more than happy single. I'm content rather. If the right woman comes about, I'm good.
But what about when you get old?
If I get-
who's
I'll
gonna
get-
help take care of you?
but that's a terrible mindset,
Who's
innit?
gonna clean your bum?
That's a terrible
Yeah, it's
mindset
your
to
wife.
have. No, but that's a terrible mindset. You shouldn't have that as like, oh, I need
You
to
have
do
to
this.
plan
Yeah,
for the
no,
future.
Yeah, but like, you shouldn't have that as a mindset. Like, I want this person so I can be, patterning myself in the future. No, I don't agree
for
with
company.
that. No, I hear it, but
what
like,
if you're like 60 and you've got a weird leg? Who's gonna do things that are inappropriate to
but
you?
I don't.
Who's gonna be your 60-year-old
No,
wife?
I hear what you're saying, but like, I think we should strive for, not. I think it's a toxic mindset in a way to have that because it's very. I think humans are inherently selfish, but that's extremely selfish, isn't it? Like, there's no selfish. It said there's no selfless reason to have kids. For everyone has kids because they want kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, obviously that's.
But
most of the time.
isn't it selfish to not want kids because
No, it's
you want to
not.
live your
It's
life?
actually the
That's
other way around.
selfish.
It's the other way around.
No, because both
kid
of them,
doesn't exist. The
My
need's not
point,
there.
No, my point is that
Yeah.
both ideologies
Yeah.
are selfish in their own way.
No, they're not.
So
Yeah.
having kids is selfish.
How is it
But not having kids is also selfish because
how?
you
Because
don't
you
want
just want you.
responsibility of raising
Yeah.
another
But no,
life,
it's-
which actually contributes to society by bringing life.
Not
And
necessarily.
it's that,
No,
it's
it
that
does
biological
because
purpose.
It could not.
if majority of human beings thought the way you are,
Yeah.
humanity will go into
Extinct.
extinction.
That's another conversation which
Yeah, but it's a
doesn't
fact.
bother me if I'm being real with you.
Yeah, but but it's a fact, though.
Yeah.
But I'm just if I'm being
So,
yeah.
sorry, let me ask, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
this is the thing. So, let's say you've got all this pressure and all these milestones. So, people then obviously are more likely to settle. But what does settling actually mean, though, then? How do you settle? What's a good settling or good compromise? What is it?
I think here's the thing: men settle every single day. Like
What? Listen.
no, men
He's
settle.
not wrong. He's not
No,
wrong.
but men
Actually,
settle.
do you know what? You may have a
Men
point.
settle
Go on.
every
not
single
wrong.
day, and men are willing to settle every single day. I think most men are willing to settle, and most men do settle. So most of the times that you see a man with a woman, it's not the best woman he could have got. It's not the best woman he could have got. It's not the best looking woman he could have got, and it might not even be the most resourceful woman he could have got. But it's the woman that
able to get.
that no, and sometimes it just comes down to is he's settling for something lesser than, but at the same time it's still more than. So he might be with you, but people think, oh, she's not as nice as looking as his last woman, so he's settling in terms of looks, but it's okay. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yes.
Because he could
Is
be
that
like,
a compromise or a settle?
no, it's not a compromise.
You're compromising on the looks to have a better woman than the ex.
It's just what you have to understand is a lot of times women continuously think that there's a better option because there is.
Yeah.
There's always a better option in life, like for everybody. Whether or not you can go out there and get that, and what you have to go and get that, you need to go play the game. But there's always a better option out there for you.
Yeah.
But if you continuously live that life, you're never going to be happy because you're always going to be searching for the better option.
Damn.
So I'm not telling you to go and settle, but
Which I shall not do.
no, but then sometimes it's not settling, it's your level, and this is what they like to do.
Oh, it's not settle, it's
No.
your level. Okay, what's the level? What's my level?
No, I can't tell you.
What's my level, bro?
Your level is whatever you've been getting.
What does that mean?
It means that if your level was
Okay, fine. My level,
so let me explain to you.
go
what it
on.
is. So
My level is no level. At
no,
this
your
point,
level is
really.
the types of guys you've been currently getting up until now. So that's your level, yeah. A lot of times women will say stuff like, you know what? Oh yeah, next time I'm not gonna settle. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna do this and do that. Listen, you can say that. You guys don't like to be compared to cars. So let me compare. let me compare you to property. It's a little bit better. No, because they hate the comparison to cars. They do. They hate
Property,
that. So let me compare you to property. Yeah. No, let me compare you to
rude.
property. You can list your two bedroom or your 1 bedroom flat for as much as you want. The market says your 1 bedroom flat is £200,000 on the market. Cool, but you want to list it for 1 million. You can list it for 1 million. That's up to you, innit? You can list it for 2 million. You can list it for 10. Yeah, it's up to you. But the market will dictate to you what you're worth. Yeah. So if no one comes and buys it for 10 million, if no one comes and buys it for 2 million, and you have to keep dropping the price, 5 million, 4 million, 3, and then before you know it, you're down back at the 200,000 mark, maybe even 170, 160. That's your level. So there's equivalent, and that's exactly what I mean in regards to your level is whatever you've been getting, the market dictate to it. So you can tell me you're a 10, but do you get the results of a 10? When you walk down the road, dude, because 10s know what they get. Do you get the modelling contract? Do you have to pay for things? Are you getting flown to places? Are you getting flying private? Is the types of men you're meeting, are they multi-millionaires, billionaires? Then you're a 10, because the 10s are doing that. So I can't tell you what your level is. But if you tell me you're 10, I'll just say to you, are you getting the results of a 10? Then maybe, you're not a 10. So I'm not saying to your level.
Do women ever settle though? Do they ever go down?
Of course they do. Look at their baby
Okay,
daddies.
that's good. I love.
No, but they settle.
It's true. Look at their baby daddies.
They settle in the beginning, and then they try to not settle, try to upgrade. But you have to understand, once again, you're settled already. So now
you made your bed, now you're lying in it.
Well, you typically don't get much more than your baby daddy. So if your baby, if your baby daddy is a corporate banker, city guy, footballer, whatever it is, athlete, you get me, businessman, the types of men that you're gonna encounter are gonna be similar to that. That's why you see women that date footballers. You see, they always date another footballer. They always date an athlete. They always date another athlete, a musician, a rapper. They're always in the same because that's their level now. So the next types of men that find them attractive and want to take them out are those types of women, same types of men, because they set their level. But if you was effing with a local trap lord, you get me, and all of a sudden now you said, oh, I wanna go and date with a guy that's an investment banker, he will look at you and be like, right, your baby daddy is just a local, you get me, hustler. So it's likely not to be the same. But if your baby daddy was a footballer, chances are you're gonna get more football. It's just how it works. Do you get me?
You got the scent for it.
So that's what I meant about your level. So I don't know what your level is.
Okay, fine. So I'm gonna.
I don't know what your level
I'm gonna
is.
take advantage of the fact that this is an all boys panel. So I'm gonna ask King. Tell me, I'm 32 now. If I settle, what does settling look like for somebody like me?
First of all, the word settle is very funny to me because where I'm from, it has a completely different connotation.
What does it mean?
So basically, it's when I came to the UK that I realized that settling was seen as like, oh, such a bad thing. Like where I'm from, settling has nothing to do with your partner. It has everything to do with you. So like, it's like, oh, you've done stuff in life, you've grown up, you've gotten to a certain stage in life, now you're settling down. It's not like, oh, you're settling for someone.
Yeah.
So like, it's when I came here that I realized that people used it in a completely different way. So I really don't understand that settling thing. But what I know is when you're ready to get married, you settle down, innit? So whoever you're with is, at least in my opinion, should be the best person you can get. So if you're, I don't understand where people come up with this thing of I settled for this person, because when you are ready to get married, you are not going to pick the worst option you have. You're going to pick the best option you have at that point. So how are you settling for that person?
Okay,
that's the
true.
best you can get. So it's not settling. It's settling down in terms of now, whatever lifestyle you had, if you were always partying and stuff, now you're settling down. You're going to cut down on all of that. You're going to focus on family. That's what it is.
I think people are settling down on the fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've switched. They've come. And this is the thing. Words usually are meant to have meaning, but with this whole woke new age stuff, people are like changing the meaning of words to mean things to suit their narratives or whatever. But
no, that's true. That's true.
And I think it's more because like most of the things in the West come from like there's no real traditional cultural heritage from where their values come from, or if there was, it's been lost.
Yes,
So,
culturally lost. So that's true. I want to pick up on what you said. So you're 35, which means you're not like old. You're still like part of the transition of technology, right? Do you reckon that your view of like maybe not wanting to have kids and this has been influenced at all by what you see in the outside world, even with technology and stuff like social media, perhaps?
I've actually always known that, like before, and obviously I'm from before that era of, you know, explosive social media, all of that, you know. My first site was highfive.com, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
what's your ethnic background? Your family from? Where's your family from?
So my parents are Asian,
Yeah.
Indian, but we came from like a Portuguese colony. So like
Wait,
we're very
what?
westernized. Yeah.
Oh, Goa,
Yeah. So like, yeah.
My brother, I knew I liked you for a reason. That's why I knew you were gonna be my protector because it's my brother.
But wait, does the whole Asian background, right? That's that's big on family.
They are. I'm
but
more
I'm saying
westernized, isn't it?
No, but I'm saying your culture aren't your parents big on family? Didn't you grow up big on?
Well, as in like, yeah, we are, but not. I don't need to have those discussions, innit?
Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
Did they put you off? Are they jarring?
That's not no factor.
I must say it's very uncommon for an Asian, especially an Asian man, to say you do not want to have kids and you want to be alone. That's very uncommon of an Asian man.
I'm a very uncommon person, innit? As we like, I'm not.
Ooh,
I
the
don't.
black sheep of the family.
No. Like in general, like obviously, I'm quite vocal about what I think. I'm quite, you know, I like to think I'm logical, or if I'm not bringing logic, I'm bringing opinions based on logic. If that makes sense. So like, my what you call it? Nothing from my background influences the fact that I don't want kids. If anything, they like. Cultures all want kids. Let's be real, innit?
Would you want to be in a long-term relationship though, or you just want to be a single bachelor for life doing your?
Do you know what? Let me put it like this. Let me put it like
the
this.
The streets
yeah.
are not cold, huh?
Do you want to be an uncle in your 50s, still hitting the club, you know?
I'm never
things.
cold, innit? Ever. Innit? It may not be. It may. Let me put it like this. When it comes to a single woman, that you know, I've not had many relationships in my life, innit? But like think of the door, like it's open, but like you can see a bit of light peeking through. Like I'm not closed up
if
to
you
it.
ain't got kids, you're supposed to be having bare women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Chyna, don't we say these things? Give better
I don't have
advice.
kids. I have bare women.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, if
he just put himself in it.
No, I'm saying if you
what
don't have
did you
kids,
say? Go back.
I said if you don't have kids, you're supposed to be having bare women. Do you
So
know
what
I
are you
said?
doing?
Yeah,
I'm not having bare women, but I'm
Oh,
saying.
look at your
but-
face.
No,
Say
do you know
with a
why?
straight face. Say
No,
with a
because
straight
he's saying
face,
no
I
one
dare
ever
you.
want kids. So if
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't
ever
want
want
kids.
kids, that's basically saying
I
you
just
want
want to be effing around.
No, I'm saying one of
Yeah,
them.
I have been, innit?
No.
That's just I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna deny that. No, I have been. That has been my life, innit?
Well, that's
I
one
don't.
of the benefits of not having kids.
Yeah,
is that you can live a life that you of selfish existence. Like you can live whatever you want to do. You can
Sweet
go.
to be a man, huh?
No, but women do it too.
Yeah,
What are you
women do it
talking
too.
about?
Hey, listen, women do it too.
Of
Being in
course,
my
'cause
position,
you-
The rich
Listen,
aunties.
You need to
The rich
have-
yeah,
aunties.
no, listen. Being in my position, I've met these kind of women as well. There's plenty of women that don't want kids, and even if they do, then you get those women that are like, oh, but I really like you. Like you might want a kid. I want a little right.
You know what's so
Don't run
funny?
like that,
You know what's so
innit?
funny
None of
about that? I actually
Yeah.
think if you were to interview all the women that are like that,
Yeah.
a large percentage of them would have been backed into that corner. I don't think a
I
large percentage of them
disagree.
wanted.
Who backed
I
them
I'm
in the
telling you.
corner?
No, I disagree.
Do you know what I'll tell you why? Because women would never admit openly their true problems. So because obviously
They
it's
do
a
to
thing
me,
of pride.
in my closed
no,
space.
but what I'm
Pillow
saying is,
talks. That's what they do, you know.
bro, you might think that
Yeah.
they might be telling you the
Yeah.
truth, but if you're not in a long-term relationship with that person, you can never really
But
tell.
that's I'm not judging. I'm not there to judge
but
them.
my point is,
know what I'm
is,
saying?
if you were to interview a lot of these men, some it could be that
It's
maybe they
health.
just couldn't have kids.
Yes.
That's a large.
No,
wait,
I agree.
yeah, that's one.
I'm not taking that
so,
away.
So meaning
Yeah.
some of them might have wanted to have kids, but they just can't. Now,
Yeah.
another group of people might be the ones where they left it too late, and now they could have probably had kids before, but
I've
now
been there
they've
too.
gotten there.
I've been there
Good.
too.
There might be some
Yeah.
where it's kind of like maybe it's just traumas from like some things they experienced when they were young.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing because then they can pass
that's
that
true.
trauma on to their kids.
Yeah,
So
but,
like-
but what
Being
I'm
backed
saying is
into
that
the
doesn't
corner.
remove the fact that most of them probably were pushed into that situation. It's not like
By
because
default.
they will all claim, yeah, I don't want to
was-
have kids, but there are different stories to the background.
Whilst
of all that.
whilst I'm not dismissing what you're saying, like, obviously my personal anecdotal experience. I've been with these girls or whatever. There are loads of women that don't want kids.
Yeah, of course.
Because
There are.
it's true, it's
But
true.
biologically, yes, women are wired to want to nurture, take care, find the best man. You can't argue with science. That's what it
Yes.
is, you know. You can't argue that. So I'm not saying you're not wrong, but like we've come to a point where education. Obviously, I've probably been wired, but I've seen a different light. So I've been educated. I like to think. I like to be open-minded about things. You know, like growing up, I used to be homophobic. Not going to deny that. But you have to be open-minded to that. That's their life. You know what I mean? You have to open your mind to different perspectives, you know? Like, and for me, like not wanting kids, I never thought that was a thing. I remember people used to say to me, they used to be like, rah, like, you know, one day you're going to know what it's like when little man's running around and doing upper madness. I'm like, I'm thinking deep down, I'm like, I don't really want that. So that's what, these are how the thoughts are coming. But as they progress, it's like, you know what, this is not just these are people saying things because everyone's got a general blueprint of life, as you say, tradition, familiarity. I've just like said to myself, and you know, I kind of do that with every kind of opinion I have. It's like, you know, there are different perspectives to things.
That's true.
So like, I'm not really influenced by outside noise. I don't even go into the social hierarchy of alpha or beta, none of that. Like, I'm completely out of that because of the way I think. So like, I just see it as
So you're Sigma then.
Yeah.
So
Besides,
you didn't completely
no,
You're still in that.
no. Yeah, but
can't
that
escape the
it
matrix,
is
bruv.
there. But like, obviously, minus being a bit more in the spotlight. Like nearly every trait I align with, like literally, and I've not even tried to like. I found it by default, and I was like, right, that's like me. That's like me. Like I just do what I don't need all of that. I don't need. If I have an opinion, I don't really care what people think. This is what I think, innit? That's the kind of mindset I have. But like for me, like it's the same way I'm saying with settling. Like if you're gonna settle, like you're doing yourself a disservice. That's how I see it.
it's
That's
true.
the way I see the word settling. Settling means like, like I can't get this person, so. But Chyna made a good
Second
point
best.
with what you said. Yeah, like you're settling, but in your head that is probably your level. But that's another. That it's a similar
That's
conversation.
but
But then it comes down to a point where like you could have done yourself such a disservice in your life that this is where you are.
And then you'll
You're
be
gonna-
unhappy in the future.
Yeah,
And
and
it
it's-
comes with
And
certain
also,
things.
settling can do this.
Yeah.
Listen, also, it's like this, right? You have to understand it's like settling also means as well is that you might have made mistakes in the past, like, or you might have had bad relationships in the past where you should have, you should have done better. And now you have to settle for, when I say settling, you didn't get the woman that you would have gotten if you had been better at the
Yeah,
time.
so now you have to deal with your nonsense.
No, it's not even that. It's just
consequences.
that the woman that you have now is you can't keep thinking about, oh my god, the
one that got
the
away.
one that got
Yeah.
away. No, you're not settling. You're gonna have to settle for what you have here because you wasn't that there. But now, with what you learned from that one, you can have with this one. But if you continuously keep thinking about the one that got away,
harmful.
you're never gonna be happy.
No,
Do you
it's
understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
Because now you have to settle for what you have now.
Yeah, for what you got now, you can't go back in time.
Yeah, and I think people, the word settling it has negative connotations. It makes you feel as if that you're getting less than. But sometimes it's what you're supposed to get.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
It is what it is. So,
Yeah.
you said something that was quite interesting about, there's a lot of women that now say they don't want to have children and things. And I think it may come from the fact that money, career. People are starting to prioritize career over, their personal duty, which would have been more on that traditional mindset of having kids, family, marriage, and all these things. So, although I understand the personal duty, do we not understand how important it is for you to have a career and then how you get trapped into that rat race and then kids are an inconvenience?
I'll be real with
Yes.
you, yeah.
Right? Kids are an inconvenience to like the
I'll be real
hustle,
with
I
you.
guess.
Career art.
That's how
So
people
this is what we
see it.
spoke about. So that
Yeah.
Yeah, they're inconvenience.
let's talk about career.
No more reasons, but
let's
yeah.
talk about career and let's talk about jobs. Yeah.
Right.
When we talk about career, are you living your dream now? Like, and there's a dream in order for you to offset something where you might see, which some people are spending money, thousands, hundreds of thousands to have children. People are getting surrogates. People
It's
are
true.
adopted. Like the one thing that you can do that you're giving, some people will just kill to have that. Like literally
Yes.
have that. Yeah. So it's like if you're offsetting that, that's fine. But what are you really getting now? As a man, like waking up and having to work and having to study, whatever you have to do in a career, yeah, that is not something that is. Women talk about work and careers. like it's some amazing thing. It's just something you got to do. It really
true.
is. Like
it's some amazing things. Like wow.
Like, and if you really want to be
job.
working and working and
God, no, I
and,
don't.
and commuting,
No,
and,
I don't.
and sitting in traffic,
I do not.
and dealing with these things every single day, just so you can say, then fine, welcome.
I do
but
not.
I don't think that brings you as much joy as
It does not.
as having a child and creating life and having a family, because work is work, man.
Work is long. The hustle
Like,
is long.
But what's this, like, where I come from, like, my frame of reference is completely different. So whenever I have this kind of conversation, it's always funny to me. What's this, like, thing where people think you either have to have a career or have a family? Like,
No, it's
can have
bro,
both.
It's a
like
valid
everywhere,
question. It's a valid
everywhere
question.
in the
You made the
world
point, yeah.
where families actually exist properly, everyone has a career and they make it work. Bro, I'm telling you, except for maybe like the Arab areas where maybe the women stay at home and all that. But even in Africa, in Nigeria, my family, my parents are still together till today. My mom has a career. She's still working. My dad, obviously, he was a medical doctor, but he's retired now. But he worked like multiple jobs within that industry just to provide for us and give us a good life. So parents since the day age old, if you go as far back as possible, have always sacrificed to create the family unit.
So
However,
people are
it
more
works.
selfish now then.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So people are selfish. People don't have culture. People don't have
I think
things that
that's
hold them
selfish,
accountable. And that's why I said the selfish thing, because it's like you
Yeah,
might
but I
say
see in
wanting
the
to have
reverse-
kids is selfish.
I do think
but
that,
not wanting
yeah.
to have kids is also selfish, because at the end of the day,
I'm not saying a negative
people
way.
have to do it. Yeah,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying like there's no need at the time. The need is not there. Once you create a child, the need is there to look after the
but
child.
the
You
point
did
I
that
was-
'cause you
the
wanted
point
a
I'm
child.
driving at
I know,
is,
but I hear
is
you,
the,
I hear
is
it.
the comparison of the culture. So here, I've seen men invest more money into their cars, their clothes, than their business. Like someone will have a podcast, they use like some janky mics, some janky cameras, but you see the cars they're driving and you're wondering, bro. So if think about that, imagine that's how people treat their own
Priorities.
business. So
know,
obviously,
yeah.
why wouldn't they be selfish not to want to have kids? Because think about it, why do we need all this? Why do we need Range Rovers? Why do we need the Rolls Royce? Why do we need to wear Fendi? What do you mean, why do we need kids?
Why do we need
To
kids?
grow-
Literally, without kids, you are not replacing the population. So everything you have now is going to crumble.
Yeah, but I know. I'm just saying. Just because one person doesn't
And
have
then
them.
and then everything.
No,
dies
but
with
you said just because one person,
What's-
but it is the culture now where people are not really wanting to have kids, because you might
Well,
say they want to have kids,
well,
but look at
well,
the age
yeah.
they're doing it.
Well, to be fair, it's
Yeah.
two. That's two of us, that don't have kids in here. So, not saying I don't want to have kids, but it's just two of us which don't have kids, which adds to what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, it
so,
adds to it. Yeah.
So it's not just you, it's me and the
Exactly,
other people that are
and
like
they
me.
want to have kids, but they don't have
don't have
kids,
kids, so
because
then-
of the culture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as much as you want to say, that's why I said people can do whatever they want, but the culture shouldn't be pushing something that further makes the problem worse.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not really a problem at the same time. Like
It is.
Like I said, the social media thing.
Bro,
it's gone a bit crazy.
Look at the
But
numbers
there are
in the
things that are
West.
good that
It
have
is
come.
a problem. The Western world is not
No,
replacing
there
the
are
population.
problems with the Western world, but there's also good things that have come from it as well. I think people should be more open-minded on it. I think they should, because not everyone will make a good parent as well, and it
True,
messes up
true,
children.
true. So
People are
people-
not, people are not understanding that most people are
But
not.
like
look-
I said, it's all part of the culture.
No, but he's right
The
though.
culture is,
No,
is
let
an
me
encompassing
land on
thing.
this. Yeah,
There's like a lot of people
Yeah.
here that I say you should never have kids. That
Yeah.
half of the population
Because
right
of the
now.
That's my
culture,
point.
how
no,
they
no,
were
I
no,
guess
no,
it's
but,
true,
no, but let me
but-
say this. Yeah, I had to work hard to drive. Innit? I had to do my test, do all of this stuff. There's no manual to raise children. People have these children. Yes, you got to learn on the job. It's just what it is. Human beings without resources have done it. Before we did it, we got more resources. But a lot of people are not equipped to have kids. They don't want kids. We've seen some mad stories. Yes, they're not all like that.
Yes.
But I can guarantee you the majority of the population has some sort of trauma from childhood. I'm not even saying that's me. I'm just making a point
Yeah.
because I'm open-minded.
No,
But
go on.
like, yeah, they might have some sort of trauma from childhood. Yeah, that has come from parents that were not
Equipped
raised.
to do-
Yeah, they weren't
to do
equipped.
the
They're
work,
probably divorced. They probably again, it might have been someone that set off for someone else.
Abusive,
Yeah, they've witnessed
settlers.
abuse. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen it,
true.
and that's another thing. You know what you're saying? Obviously, with a lot of girls that I've met that have had don't want kids and that.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I've noticed a lot of these traits.
And
you
I
start
think-
to see.
And I think you're right because
dysfunctional
your
childhood.
way is a responsible way to look at it. Although I want children, of course, but it's a responsible way of looking at it because the duty of having to have children makes a lot of inappropriate people have children or think
100%.
that they should, or they should
That's my
think,
problem.
and then you end
Yeah.
up creating a tumor in society that, creates, youth crime and things that we're seeing
Yeah.
right now. And I think that's
100%.
down to parenting and the wrong
Yeah.
people being parents. But then again, it then goes further deeper to say what he said. The culture does not equip people to know what to do. So they can't be good parents in that way.
So, men, on each show we do a section which is about accountability, and it's all about accountability from the subject. So, seeing as how we've been talking about, obviously,
Danger zone.
the dangers of having kids, and I like what you guys were doing there. Basically, he just said, listen, we have an obligation to have children in order for us to replenish
Survive.
society and to survive, right? And by not doing that, it's actually more selfish than having kids. So, give us some accountability in regards to this subject.
Yeah, why are you in the danger zone?
As in, no, sorry, give me a bit more context.
No, it's just like
Why don't you have a girl? Why are you 35 without a woman?
I like.
Basically.
All right, look, I have options. I have plenty of options.
Okay,
I'm just
so-
gonna keep it real. Like they're there. Doesn't mean that they're suited to me. Like I don't want drama. I don't want this. Sometimes I don't need to be like 100 times chased over. It's like even like coming here on a Sunday.
that doesn't
that's
sound
early
like
to be.
accountability.
No.
Where do you go wrong? Do you play too many girls? Do you break a lot of girls' hearts?
You know, I've never. Okay, let me go as far as saying I've never cheated on a woman. I know it's easy to.
You don't have a woman. You're a single bachelor.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
If you met a woman today that is like your perfect kind of woman, and you think a marriage with her can work, will you marry her?
The short answer is yeah, but obviously there's still grey areas. I need to assess whether she'd give me a headache. Like
No, I'm saying she wouldn't be that. She would be.
I don't want
what
to.
you
I don't want to
dream-
do that to her.
I'm saying if she's going to be what you dream of
Yeah.
Would you?
in a wife,
For the right
would
one.
you take that step?
Yeah, that's yeah.
And
if-
have kids.
no
no.
kids, but I'm
No,
not
let's
gonna-
say let's leave the kids out of it.
No, he's okay
I'm ju-
with getting
the point-
married.
the point-
and
No,
long
but the
long
kids,
term.
that's
He
shut
just
down.
does
No,
not
no.
want kids.
The kids are shut. The marriage thing though, I'm saying it's like I said, the door's open, but like turn the lights off, you can see a tiny bit of light creeping in, and that's the reason
You're not
why.
open and see
It's just
something
like you know, everyone says, "Oh, the perfect woman," but everyone has got to compromise in some way. Let's be
100%.
honest.
Yeah.
But I still
There's-
don't
no one
have
wants
your
to do-
accountability.
well,
What
my-
have you done wrong? How does
Because
this single bachelor mindset keep you in trouble sometimes?
Yeah.
Where's your responsibility for being a little bit of a sinner
A
sometimes?
sinner, like I don't really believe in God for a sinner, so like.
But it's not to do with sin. You know you're doing the wrong thing.
But no, but
How many girls do you have on your roster right now? Let me start with that one there.
I
Accountability.
can't be really saying anything like that.
Ah,
So
there
just-
you go. The silence says everything.
So we know what I'll say to you.
Yeah.
Accountability for how this lifestyle
Yeah.
maybe has affected you.
Okay, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe it gets me to not appreciate what a bit being in a couple is. Like I have had one relationship. Like time
she
ago.
broke your heart, right?
Okay, we got some
No,
accountability.
she didn't. No, she
Okay.
didn't. I broke up with her.
Okay.
Like, no, don't keep that real. Like, I have, and then just like it didn't work out. But there was a lot of factors.
Yeah.
Like within that. But like generally speaking, accountability wise, you know
You're
what? If
perfect.
no, it's just not that. If I don't know, I want to say this, but at the same time, it doesn't
Just
have.
say
It
it.
doesn't have any proper
Just say it,
standing.
just say
But
it.
if I had the right woman that came across and
Yeah.
and I fumbled,
Yeah.
then I have to hold that. There's been plenty of women over time that I'm like, right, like that might have been a decent woman. I don't think so in the end, but I mean, like, yeah,
Could
that
have tried a
Hindsight,
thing.
okay.
in hindsight, yeah. But like, I don't think, I don't
No,
think
for
so.
you.
Yeah,
These are
yeah.
the worst ones. These
That's
are
the
the
worst
ones that got
accountability.
scouted.
No, give
They're
me-
like, this easy lifestyle got me
No,
to sometimes when I was a
no,
bit
no,
bored to
what
touch
about-
another
Oh,
one.
no, in a minute, ask me another. I could be accountable for anything, but I can't really answer that
That's
because
cool. That's cool.
I've
You're
not
alright.
broken any woman or nothing like that.
What about you, bro?
What?
Why are you 33, was it? 33?
No, just accountability in regards to the.
Why are
same-
you in the danger zone?
No,
I'm not in the danger zone.
What's the danger zone?
she's not. That's
danger
not.
zone doesn't apply to me.
No.
Shut that down straight.
No, just in the past with relationships and stuff, and you know, be accountable for some of the stuff, and maybe good women. Maybe you fumbled.
I don't like to tie any life lessons and any things I experience in life to other people. I always like to use myself as my frame of reference. So basically, past relationship, I just feel it's a journey in it. Growing up, you're not always going to be the best sort of person at every point in time. But what is important is that you obviously take your lessons and then you move on
So
from
what
it.
was your lesson? What did you do?
Personally, I'm just someone that like I grow from things, and then obviously growing up, the way I grew up, the area I grew up, the kind of things I experienced, I might have been a bit really closed off to like, you know, what's it called? Intimacy, relationships. Like obviously, you know, we do the normal things, but like being actually genuine and like with someone might have taken me a while to like grow into.
Yeah.
And even when I started doing it at the point where I started like really getting into serious relationships, it was still always like there were always factors. You always factor in something just to get out of stuff.
Emotionally unavailable player.
Yeah. No, but not necessarily.
Long story short.
It's human nature, innit? Like, especially until you've actually found someone that you feel, okay,
That's
this is the
better
thing,
in
innit?
relationships.
So, but like, I grew up with the mentality that I wanted to have a family. I want to have my kids, my wife, and all of that. So, it's not something I've ever given up on. So, yeah.
You go first.
Accountability for me, yeah. It's like I've met good women, and I wasn't ready for them, and I wouldn't say that every woman that I've met is a woman to have your children, and I think that's where the problem is. I think some people just have. Not every guy is supposed to be your baby daddy or your husband, and not every woman is supposed to be your baby mama or your wife, right? And the only way you're gonna discover this is if you get it wrong with the wrong person. So I do think that in the past there have been women that, if I look now, you know, they're doing well in their life, their wives, and they're doing the rest of themselves.
They got away.
No, so it's just accountability for the fact that. You have had some good women, not saying all of them have, but you know, you have had good ones, and those ones you didn't recognize what you should have done when the time comes. Then later on in life, now you're being left with all the dead things. No, not physically dead. They're sweet ones. But I mean, emotionally dead. So yeah, that's my count. So what about you then? Danger zone.
Yeah, it's all on you.
Yeah, I'm really in the danger zone. I feel very exposed right now. My danger zone. Okay. How should I say this? My danger zone is that I am so sweet and loving and naive that I thought red flags were pink, and ended up wasting 5 years of my life, ended up going to 29 and being heartbroken and having to get over a serious breakup, and got to 30 danger zone, and here I am. So accountability for ya.
Okay, I like that.
Do you know what, yeah? Let me just quickly say, because you lot are going to draw me out, yeah? I think I can say that. I've seen red flags in a lot of, like...
accountability?
Yeah, I know.
Let's hear it.
I'm all about accountability, trust me. This topic's a bit like... See, I'm not in a relationship and that, but like... I think I've stayed too long in... situationships, if you like, with severe red flags in it. Yeah. So like, severe, like, you know, severe, like...
He likes psychopaths.
No,
He's an emotionally unavailable player. And this one discards good things.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, and at the end, the loving angel that got played.
The damsel.
So guys, I think that's going to bring us another end of a show. I want to give a big thank you to my guy Ryan, a big thank you to King, my lovely co-host Mr. Dinalva. My name is Chyna, I'm the man and voice. This is When Venus Meets Mars Season 2. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we are out.
I hope this episode got you thinking about life and relationships differently.
Make sure to tune in next time,
where we're going to be discussing more pressing topics in our society today. So, Chyna, you ready to come back and get schooled?
Wait. Last season I told you the same thing I'm going to tell you now. You cannot school me on anything, Dinalva.